What the heck am I talking about? How about the internet? I'll tell you what I got going on today. I got turning this here Bahia field into a 1085 field. So I've got it here with these turn plows, and I'm just gonna plow this thing up, and then I'm gonna hire it. And this will probably be a long video over the next few months of me plowing this field, hiring it, and then I'm gonna get litter on it, and then I'll hire it in, and then I'm gonna plant some sprigs and everything. So I'm gonna try to get all this on the same video right here, and maybe even wait another month or two and see how good they're growing. But just watch until the end to make sure. I'm tilling this field now. You can see where I've tilled, and then that right there is where I hired it. I call them hires. Some people call them discs, disc harrows. I call them hires. Not hair like on the head, but hires. Alright, y'all, this is about the 8th, 10th time I've been across this field. I'm dragging an I-beam now. You see it's a 20-foot I-beam, big old heavy thing. It's all the tractor wants to drag this thing. I'm trying to get it as level as possible, but as you see, there's a lot of grass clods and whatnot. Let me get this right. I turn plowed it, then I hired it, then I tilled it with the tiller, 7-foot tiller, and then I continued to hire it once a week for the past 6 or 7 weeks, and I've drug this thing around 4 or 5 times. This is the final time. I think today I'm just gonna call it, and we'll just let this be good enough. You can see it, it's level, but there's some bumps in it because of the grass clods. Hopefully with this sand it'll help go away, but it is dry. You see, I'll show you a little footage and show you how dry it is, but if you can see how bad this is, I mean, it is horribly dry. So I'm not going to plant any sprigs, and it's hot too, but it's supposed to rain sometime over the next 4 days, so I'm going to get out here and dig some sprigs and try to put them in the next 4 days. Alright, this is the process getting these sprigs up the ground. We got Daddy here on the tiller. He's tilling them up. And once we till them up, we got to get them up with the bobcat and put them in the back of this truck. And it's one more step to the process. But probably ain't the right way, but it gets the job done. Alright, I'm going to show you a little bit about what we after. You can see what's left. Now this has been tilled, and I done got them up, and there's enough meat and potatoes left behind from the grass that hopefully it'll come right back when the grass starts growing again. Hopefully it'll come right back. It's hard to say. I ain't never did this before. I usually buy them and they put them in a spreader truck, and or I've pitchforked them out of a trailer. I've did all kind of things, and but this here method seems to be the easiest so far. Let me show you what we after here, so you know. You know, we're going after this Tift 85. See right here? Now that's a great sprig, still dormant piece of Tift 85. There's one right there, it's almost starting to grow, but it's got a little while. Anyways, that's what we're after. So I'm going to get the bobcat, and I'm going to finish loading up my dump truck here. I know I'm doing everything in a hurry and I ain't showing y'all much, but I'm in a hurry. It's already 4:30. The rain should be coming in. Oh, you can't really tell it over on the other side of that chicken house. It's building up over that way. But what I'm doing, I'm taking this litter here, and I'm putting it with these grass clippings / dirt that I gathered up out that field. And it looks like dirt, but there's a lot of sprigs in there. And I know some of them farmers gonna be like, oh, you should have used the V-rake and the hay tedder and got them sprigs up and all this. I probably could have, but I just scooped up dirt and all because I'm in a hurry. But anyways, I need to put litter on this field anyway, so I'm taking and putting some litter, mixing it in this about 50-50, and then I'm going to load it in the spreader truck. I don't want to put all that dirt sprig mess in here because I think it's going to convey them to the back of the truck and they'll get stuck, you know, right here. What it'll do, it'll ball up and just get stuck. And I don't want to have to dig that mess out, but it's been working so far. I've already hauled about 6 or 8 loads with this litter mix, and that's been working for me. So we'll keep rocking and rolling with what we got going on. We got that plowed in pretty good, and then over here you can see what we're getting to, but that's pretty doggone flat. I'll hop out here in a minute and I'll show you what it looks like. It's hard to tell these sprigs from the grass that was already there, which is that old Bahia grass that we don't want. But anyway, I'll spray that Bahia and it'll go away once it gets warm. I'm gonna jump over here and show you this rig we got. The hairs and a roller, all homemade. I know the tractor's a little overkill, but whatever. Got Daddy helping me today. It is March the 12th. I planted those sprigs, I guess about 4 days ago now. It's planning for a big rain event. 4 days, thunderstorms and horrible weather, you know. Close down the schools and getting a tornado safety shed and store up some food for the next year. Horrible weather. Anyway, it's all passed. I checked the old rain gauge. I guess you can see it right there. Half inch, all we got. It's October the 15th, I think, something like that. I'm doing a final cut on this. I'm walking out of the field that I planted. It was like 12 acres that I plowed up. You see me with the tractor and the turn plows and the whole shoot match on this left side here. All right, and even the common Bermuda is just thick. And then you see the little patch of 85 right there, and lots of 85 on down. Anyway, the minute I step out of this field, I don't know if y'all can hardly see it, but it was more defined, but it hadn't rained in 8 freaking weeks, so everything looks pretty blim and bleak. But anywho, when you walk out here, you just see it's nothing. It's nothing. So next I'm gonna plow up another 15 acres or so and convert it the same. I like doing it the way I did it. It was relatively easy, just took a little time. I should have put Roundup on this before I plowed it up, because the common Bermuda come back with a vengeance. You can see right here, little bit of 85. It's a little patch. One of those little sprigs took root, and you can see that runner. See that runner there off of that 85? How big that is? But this common Bermuda, so fine and it grows so tightly knit. The little runners just go dook dook dook, and it's tough for this. I mean, it grows fast and aggressive, but it's not real tight knit. You see between the knuckles, that's got to be 5 inches or so in between the knuckles. And but anywho, I'll show you some different spots that did a lot better than this. This particular spot here didn't do too great. All right, I'm still out here cutting. You can see a definite line. You can probably see it behind me. Where on that side I planted 85. This side here I did nothing, and it's like night and day. Let me turn around and show you this view. You can tell 85, whatever that junk was. So anywho, that's the conclusion to this video of the whole process. Y'all seen us out there. We plowed it, we harrowed it, I tilled it, got the sprigs up, did the whole shoot match, and it's a lot of work, but in the end, it's well worth it. I don't like making rounds on the tractor and not yield no hay. It just don't make good sense. This feels much better. Look how thick the rows are. Like you know it's thick when it's still standing up after you run the cutter under it. And that's what I like. It's worth cutting in. Anywho, it hadn't rained in 8 weeks or 9, and this is the third cutting, and a lot of this field over here, I only cut it twice. It wasn't even worth cutting the third time or whatever. But third cutting, outstanding. It'll probably end up being 9-10 rolls an acre this first year on it in the entire year. So that's pretty good results. I'm tickled. Anyways, just a crazy video, probably a long video. I could try to edit it the best I can. But anywho, thanks for watching.